Hi, Tammy. Hello, welcome. And welcome to everyone. Thank you for joining us today for Yoga Therapy, made possible by UCLA Health's Integrative Medicine Collaborative. Integrative medicine is, in case you are not familiar with it, is a preventative form of medicine, a self-care form of medicine. And we are certainly happy that the collaborative continues to offer these sessions to you at no cost. So that said, let's begin either seated or standing. Whatever works. And start by building awareness from the bottom up, looking down at the feet, making sure they're equal distance apart with the knees right on top of the ankles. If you're standing, the hips right on top of the knees. If you're seated, press the hips into the chair and tuck the tail, either seated or standing, so you get a sense of lengthening in the spine. Bring the hands down by the side of the body so that the shoulders are right on top of the hips, and tuck the chin back so that you get a sense of lengthening in the back of the neck. Not bringing the chin to the chest, not yet, but just tucking it back so you get a sense of lengthening. And notice you are sitting with presence. We're using the body today to help us arrive to the practice, arrive to the moment. Let's use the breath today to help us continue to turn off the distractions. As you begin consciously breathing in and out through the nostrils, with the breath initiating in the abdominal region. Continue on your own, choose a rhythm and a pace. Beginning to notice that a breath is 4 parts. There's the inhale, the pause, the exhale, and the pause. And this happens without you having to do a thing. Right now, we're just calling awareness to it. The cyclical oceanic nature of the breath. The inhale rises and the exhale releases. Here is the 4-part breath. We're going to add a count here without holding the breath, remembering that that's contraindicated for yoga for reducing stress. Because when we are stressed, that's what we do. We hold the breath. So if this count is too long or too short, please adjust it for yourself. Inhale, 1, 2, pause. It's like a U-turn. Exhale, 2, 1, pause. Inhaling and exhaling. Continue on your own with the 4-part breath, trying to smooth out any rough edges. No beginning, no end. Just following the natural inclination of the breath. One last 4-part breath here. As you return to equal parts inhale and exhale. With your next inhale, circle sweep, reach the right arm up. And with your exhale, bring the hand to the left side of the head. Breathing in and out. If you are seated, you have the option of sliding the hand underneath the hip and the thigh, creating space between the left ear and the left shoulder. Getting a sense of the lengthening. Make sure both shoulders are released and not pitching upward. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, release and return to neutral. Inhaling and exhaling. Going to the other side now. Inhale, reach the left arm up. And exhale, bring the left hand to the right side of the head. And once again, if you're seated, you have the option of sliding that right hand underneath the hip or the thigh, applying just the right amount of pressure. Make sure you're breathing. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, release. Bring the hands by the side of the body. With your inhale, open the fingers and toes wide. And with your exhale, curl towards center. A few more on your own with the inhale opening and with the exhale squeezing and tightening. One more time. Returning to neutral. Let's rotate the shoulders in an opposite fashion. So with your inhale, the right shoulder comes up, left shoulder comes back. And with your exhale, reverse it. Continue on your own. Inhaling and exhaling. Here's more of that oceanic-like movement, this undulation of the shoulders. One more in this direction. And now we'll head in the opposite direction. With the inhale, the left shoulder comes forward and the right comes back, and then you reverse it. One more like this. As you return to the neutral posture. With your next inhale, reach the right arm up. And with your exhale, bend in the elbow and try to bring that right hand to the mid part of the back where the neck meets the torso. Bring the left hand to the right tricep. And now gently push back so that that right elbow is pointing up. Make sure the left shoulder doesn't reach up. And make sure you are breathing. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, release and shake out the arms. We'll do the same thing on the opposite side. With your inhale, reach the left arm up. And with your exhale, bend the elbow, left hand comes to the upper back. And now take the right hand and gently push it back. Here again is that sensation of lengthening. Left elbow pointing up. Make sure the tail is still tucked. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, release and let the hands rest either on the thighs or if you're standing, hands are reaching toward the side of the body. We're going to use sound. Feel free to make the sound with the movement or listen if you're uncomfortable or if you don't want to make the sound. Both options are correct. With your inhale, bring the chin toward the right shoulder. And with the exhale, make the ah sound. Keep going. Inhale left. Now making the O sound. O. Lift the chin. With the exhale, E sound. E. Bring the chin to the chest with the inhale and hum. Equal parts inhale and exhale. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, chin comes right. Exhale. Keep going to the left. O sound. O. Lift the chin. E sound. E. Inhale, chin to chest. Hum. Create a gap, a break, a pause. Last time here, inhale. Oh. Returning to neutrality, returning to the equal parts inhale and exhale. We're going to continue to explore this cyclical nature that keeps popping up today. So either seated or standing, we're going to come into a wider stance. And if you're standing, have a slight bend in the knee. Feet are facing forward and the feet are wider than hip width distance. Bring the palms together in front of your heart center. The thumbs are to the sternum. Make sure the tail is tucked. If you're in the chair, the hips are pressing into the seat. With your inhale, push the palms away, hands no higher than the shoulder. And with your exhale, flip the palms and come back to the center. With your inhale, lift the palms and look up. And with your exhale, press the palms down to the earth. Return to neutral. Take a few breaths. And we'll do this again 3 times. 2 more times, 3 times total. Inhaling, push away. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, lift up to the heavens. And exhale, return to the earth. Press the palms together, hands at heart center. Still consciously breathing. Last time like this, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, push down. And once again, press the palms together, hands at the heart center. We're going to drop the hands now, and this includes a cyclical nature. Please keep in mind that I am going right and left, so you're not to mirror me. You're to go to your right and then your left, and it looks like this. We're going to bend the right knee, bring the hands to the right. With your inhale, come to the left, sweep up. Exhale, go back to the left. And then we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, come back to the right. Inhale, reach to the left. Exhale, back to the left. Inhale, reach to the right. And exhale, reach to the right. Let's do a few more on your own. So if you are standing, you are coming to a stand, returning to the bend when you come down. We'll do one more like this, ending with that reach to the right. And now return to neutral, knees bent. If you're standing, palms pressed together at heart center. Bring the thumbs to the sternum so that you can feel the increase in the heart rate that you've created. We're going to put these 2 postures together. With your inhale, push away. With your exhale, come back to center. With your inhale, lift up. And with the exhale, push down. Inhale, swing to the right, lift up, left. And exhale, left. Inhale, come to the right. And exhale, back to the right. Inhale, extend the arms wide. And exhale, close the pose, press the palms together, hands at heart center. We'll practice this 3 times total. Here comes the second. Inhale, push away. Exhale, pull towards self. Inhale, elevate. And exhale, release. Inhale to the right, reach up left. And exhale, right comes left. Inhale, reach up right. And exhale back to the right. Inhaling, extend both arms. And exhale, press the palms together, hands at heart center. Equal pressure on the palms. Your forearms are parallel with the floor. Last time, inhaling. And exhale. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhaling, extending. And exhaling, pressing the palms together, hands at the sternum. Again, we are breathing in and out. If you are standing, stay where you are and bring the hands to the thighs and see if you can't lower just a little bit more. If you are seated, stay where you are. We'll do a twist and a shoulder release. Inhale, center. Exhale, bring the right shoulder toward the left knee. Inhale, center. And exhale, left shoulder toward right knee. Inhale, center, right to left. Inhale, center, and left to right. Continue on your own. Letting the breath lead. One more time on each side. Ending with that left shoulder coming toward the right knee. Let's roll up one vertebra at a time. Bring the hands down by the side. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, press the palms together, hands at the heart. Breathing in and out. We'll practice a forward fold from here with your inhale, sweep and reach. And with your exhale, lead with the heart and come into a fold. Hands above the knee, below the knee, reaching toward the floor. Maybe hands slide under the feet. Let the head hang. And now nod the head, yes. Release the tongue and the jaw. If the hands are underneath the feet, release them. Come into a flat back. So if you're standing, the hands can rest on the thighs. So you're trying to hinge at the hip. Let's release the left arm down. And then just give it a couple of shakes. Let it dangle and hang. Take the right hand to the right hip. You can also bring that left hand down to the mat. Or you can let it dangle. You can widen the stance or narrow it. See if you can't look over to the right now. So here is our twist. Breathing in and out. On your next exhale, slowly come to the center. And once again, come into the flat back. If you're standing, pushing into the thighs to get that sense of lengthening. And now let the right arm dangle and hang. And then set it, either hanging or maybe bringing that right hand down to the floor. It should be right underneath your face if it's on the floor. And now bring the left hand to the left hip. You can stay here, which is good, or you can slowly look toward the left, which is also good. Wherever you are, make sure you are breathing. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, come back into the fold. Breathing. Releasing and lengthening. Tuck the chin to the chest as you slowly roll up one vertebra at a time in a heel and toe motion. Return to either the seated or standing mountain pose. Inhale and sigh it out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale and let it go. Last one. Come into a comfortable seat if you are standing. You can also come onto your back. And if you're in the chair, find a little bit more support in your seat. Maybe leaning back on the chair. We'll do a scan of the body and notice if you are clenching or tightening. Without judgment, just bringing awareness inward, starting at the soles of the feet. Notice if there's any clenching or tightening in the toes, or the soles of the feet, or the top of the feet. And continue upward in and around and through the ankle joint. Continuing up the leg, like water being pulled up by a straw to the calf muscle and the shin. Continuing upward, bringing awareness to the hinge joint that we call the knee. Keeping your focus and awareness on yourself. Seeking with curiosity anywhere in the body where you might have some residual grasping or holding on to. Whatever that means, continue up to the big muscles of the thighs, front and back and sides, inner and outer. And now bring awareness to the pelvic floor. This is a location where we sometimes tend to squeeze and tighten and we're not even aware. Release with the exhale. That's what the body is doing anyway. It's releasing that which no longer serves. Continuing upward to the ball and socket of each hip, largest weight-bearing joint. And continue to the low back and the front of the back that we call the abdominal region. Focus in here on the second brain or the gut brain, releasing any sense of squeezing or tensing or tightening here as you continue up the length of the spine to the mid-back and get a sense of the ribs opening and closing. Try to think of the ribs more as an accordion than a cage. With the power of your mind, releasing tension in the lung, left and right, in the heart, front and back, in all the muscles that surround the heart, giving into gravity, increasing circulation just by bringing your mind's eye here. Continuing upward to the upper back and the pectoral muscles in the chest, all the way up to the shoulder girdle, and see if you can't release the shoulders. Doesn't have to be much, or it might be much. Here is another ball and socket joint in the shoulder. Continue to bring awareness down to the upper arm and to the hinge joint that we call the elbow. To the lower arm, in and around and through the wrists. Sometimes we clench and tighten the fingers and the hands. You're just noticing, releasing, reminding ourselves that the muscles are under our control and thanking them for their ability to tense and tighten in a stressful situation to keep us safe. See if you can get a sense of something shifting and changing here in the hands just by keeping your awareness here. Maybe no sensation at all, or maybe a tingle, a wave, a temperature. This is how powerful the mind is, laser-like. And now continue upward, up the length of each finger to the palm, to the lower part of the arm, in and around and through the elbow, all the way up the upper arm, back to the shoulder and the shoulder girdle. Bringing awareness now as you release the back of the neck, the sides of the neck, the front of the neck, the pit of the throat. Release the tongue. If it's crept up, release the jaw, the cheeks, inner and outer, the ears, outer and inner, the nasal passages and the nostril and the nose, knitting the brow if you find it clenching, and releasing the brow and the temple and the forearm, the top of the head, the back of the head, allowing yourself the true gift to sit in a state of relaxation that you have returned to with your efforts. We'll be here for about a minute, sitting in stillness and quiet. Befriending it. Can sometimes be the hardest part of the practice, is to just be in a deep state of presence, a deep state of awareness. And if the mind wanders 10 times, you bring it back 11. You begin again. And here, get a sense of that timeline being flipped from linear, from 180 degrees of past, present, future, to vertical. Presence, presence, presence. And yes, the mind will wander to the past and to the future. But every time we come back to the present, we are lowering stress hormones. We are increasing feel-good hormones. We tend to be happier. We tend to make less mistakes, all by dropping in and returning. Ending with a quote from the Bhagavad Gita: "Never was time it was not. End and beginning are but dreams. Never was spirit born, spirit shall cease to be never. Never was time it was not. End and beginning are dreams." Slowly take a moment here in appreciation for everything you were able to do today for the mind, the body, the heart. And slowly bring the hands down by the side of the body. One last circle here. Reach. Circle sweep. Exhale. Bring the hands to the heart. Bring the chin to the chest. Honoring the wisdom of the heart, the head bows. And the teacher in me acknowledges and bows to and respects the teacher and the wisdom in each one of you. Namaste.
Namaste.